Hello and namaste. A very happy Navarathri to all of you. It is my pleasure to take you on a virtual tour of my Golu today. This year too, my Golu is inspired by the Lalita Sahasranamam. The Lalita Sahasranamam contains 1,000 names of the goddess Lalita Devi. It is believed to have been revealed to the sage Agastya by the divine teacher Hayagriva, an incarnation of Mahavishnu. The Lalita Sahasranamam is said to have been composed by the Vag Devis, the divine personifications of speech itself. One of the remarkable features of the hymn is that not a single name is repeated, making it truly 1,000 unique names of the goddess. This hymn is very dear to me. I chant it every day. It has been a constant companion on my spiritual journey. From my childhood, I have been captivated by its rhythmic beauty and the profound symbolism it encapsulates. Each name, a divine mantra, unveils a facet of the goddess's infinite nature. Beyond its aesthetic appeal, the Lalita Sahasranamam offers a rich tapestry of Vedantic wisdom. It explores the cosmic dance of creation, preservation, and dissolution, revealing the goddess as the ultimate ground of existence, consciousness itself. The hymn invites us to contemplate the divine spark within each of us, reminding us that the goddess resides not merely in temples or shrines, but in the depth of our own being. Antarmukha samaradhya bahirmukha sudurlabha. You can find her only within you, it says. As I have delved deeper into this sacred text, I have discovered that its beauty and meaning are inexhaustible. With each recitation, new dimensions unfold, revealing the goddess's ever-evolving nature. It is a testament to the power of the divine names to inspire, uplift, and transform. In this Golu, I seek to honor the Lalita Sahasranamam by depicting over 200 of the goddess's names. I hope that this visual representation serves as a tribute to the hymn's profound wisdom and inspire others to embark on their own journey of spiritual discovery. I will first take you to the centerpiece of my Golu. It is dedicated to the 7 goddesses of Kundalini, a group of divine beings associated with the 7 chakras or energy centers in the body. It is said that there are 7 energy centers along the spine called the chakras. The goddess Lalita resides in these chakras in different forms and governs the functioning of our body. The Lalita Sahasranamam provides detailed descriptions of these goddesses, including their forms, colors, weapons, and associated chakras. The hymn begins its description of Kundalini goddesses with Dakinishwari, who resides in the Vishuddhi chakra. Verses 98 and 99 of Lalita Sahasranamam describes her as follows. Vishuddhi chakra nilaya raktavarna trilochana Katwangadi praharana vadanaika samanvita Payasanna priya tvaksta pashuloka bayankari Amritadi mahashakti samrita dakinishwari. The Vishuddhi chakra is located near the throat and represents communication and expression. It is depicted as a lotus with 16 petals, representing the 16 vowels of the Sanskrit aksharam, starting with A and ending with Aha. The goddess of this chakra is called Dakinishwari. She is described as being red in color with 3 eyes and 1 face. She wields the Katwanga, a traditional weapon depicted as a thigh bone mounted on a skull. The thigh bone symbolizes creation, while the skull represents death and mortality. The Katwanga signifies the goddess's ability to transcend the cycle of birth and death. In addition to the Katwanga, Dakinishwari is usually depicted holding a sword, a trident, and human skin. As the guardian of the skin tissue, the human skin symbolizes her connection to the physical body. Her favorite food is payasam, payasanna priya. The Lalita Sahasranamam mentions that Dakinishwari is accompanied by 16 goddesses, each associated with a specific vowel of the Sanskrit alphabet. They correspond to the 16 Sanskrit alphabets in the Vishuddhi chakra. The Lalita Sahasranama mentions only the name of the first goddess, Amrita, Amritadi Mahashakti Samrita. Here are all their names. Notice that their names begin with the corresponding vowels over which they preside. Amrita, Akarshini, Indrani, Ishani, Ushakkoshi, Urdhva, Rudhira, Runkari, Alrakara, Drusha, Ekapada, Aishwarya, Omkari, Aushadi, Ambika, Akshara. In our culture, Sanskrit is revered as the language of gods, believed to have divine origins. The Sanskrit aksharams, which are the building blocks of this sacred language, are accorded a divine status. They are seen as the manifestations of the all-pervading consciousness capable of expressing the infinite aspects of the divine. Each Sanskrit aksharam has a specific goddess presiding over it. The 6 goddesses of Kundalini and their accompanying deities collectively represent all the Sanskrit aksharams, demonstrating the comprehensive nature of Lalita Devi's influence on language and thought. Incidentally, this is how mantras get their power. The power of Sanskrit mantras lies in their ability to invoke the divine energies associated with each syllable. Even if one does not understand the meaning of a mantra, simply uttering it can activate the corresponding divine energy. This is why chanting Sanskrit mantras is considered a powerful spiritual practice. Next, we'll explore goddess Rakini, who resides in the Anahata chakra. Verses 100 and 101 of Lalita Sahasranamam describes her as follows. Anahatabja nilaya shamabha vadanadvaya damshtojvala akshamalādidara rudira samstita kalaratriādi shaktyaudanavrita snigdhaudana priya mahavirendra varada rakinyamba swarupini. Anahatabja nilaya, located near the heart, Anahata chakra represents love, compassion, balance and serenity. It is depicted as a lotus with 12 petals associated with 12 Sanskrit aksharams, kha kha gha gha nya, cha cha ja ja nya, tha tha. Rakini is described as having dark complexion similar to Lord Krishna. She has 2 faces symbolizing the balance of opposites, and her fangs represent her powerful and protective nature. Goddess Rakini holds the Akshamala, a symbol of devotion and commitment to spiritual practices. She also holds a trident, a skull and a drum, which are not explicitly mentioned in the Lalita Sahasranamam. Her favorite food is rice cooked with ghee. She is the guardian of blood, Rudira Samstita. Perhaps that is why Rakini is called Mahavirendra Varada. She is associated with warriors who shed blood for the well-being of others. Rakini is accompanied by 12 goddesses, beginning with Kalaratri. These goddesses preside over the 12 Sanskrit aksharams associated with Anahata Chakra, Kakha Gaghanya, Chacha Jajanya, Thatha. These are the names of the goddesses. Their names begin with the aksharams they preside over. Kalaratri, Khatita, Gayatri, Ganta, Dharini, Jamini, Chandra, Chaya, Jaya, Jankari, Jnana Rupa, Tangahasta, Tankarini. With prostrations to goddess Rakini, we will move to goddess Lakini, who resides in Manipura Chakra. Verses 102 and 103 of Lalita Sahasranamam describes her as follows. Manipurabja Nilaya Vadanatraya Samyuta Vajradika Yudopeta Damaryadi Biravrita Raktavarna Mamsanishta Gudanna Prita Manasa Samasta Bhakta Sukada Lakinyamba Swarupini. Manipurabja Nilaya. This chakra is located in the center of the body, between the navel and the base of the sternum. The Manipura chakra is associated with power, self-esteem and digestion. It is depicted as a lotus with 10 petals, depicting the 10 Sanskrit aksharams Dadha-na, Thatha-Dadha-na, Pha-pha. Lakini is described as having 3 faces, symbolizing the balance of 3 gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. She is blood red in color and wields a thunderbolt, symbolizing her immense power. In her other hands, she holds Shakti, Dandam and Abhaya Hastam. Her favorite food is jaggery rice or chakra pongal. As the guardian of the flesh, Lakini is associated with physical vitality and health. Lakini is associated with 10 deities beginning with Damiri. These deities preside over the 10 Sanskrit aksharams associated with Manipura Chakra. Here are the names of all the 10 goddesses. Damiri Dankari, Anamiri Tamasi, Stanvi Dakshayini, Datri Nanda, Parvati Fatkari. Their names begin with Dadhana, Thatha, Dadhana, Pha. Next, we will explore goddess Kakini, who resides in the Swadhisthana Chakra. Verses 104 and 105 of Lalita Sahasranamam describes her as follows. Swadhisthānām bhujagata chaturvaktra manohara Shuladhyayuda sampanna pītavarna atigarvita Medonishta madhuprita bandinyadi samanvita Dadyanna sakta hridaya kakini rupadarini. The Swadhisthana chakra is located in the lower abdomen, below the belly button. The Swadhisthana chakra is associated with creativity, pleasure and vitality. It is depicted as a 6-petaled lotus representing the 6 Sanskrit aksharams Bhabha, Ma, Ya, Ra, La. Kakini is described as having 4 beautiful faces symbolizing 4 aspects of consciousness, Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara and Chitta. She is golden yellow in color and is filled with pride, signifying her divine attributes and ability to command respect. While the term pride might have negative connotations in English language, in our culture it often refers to a sense of self-worth, dignity and confidence. Kakini wields a trident symbolizing the 3 fundamental functions of the universe, as well as other weapons such as Pasham, rope, Kapalam, skull and Abhaya Hastam. She enjoys drinking mead. As the guardian of fat, Kakini is associated with physical vitality and nourishment. Kakini is accompanied by 6 deities, beginning with Bandini. These deities preside over 6 Sanskrit aksharams associated with Swadhisthana Chakra. These are the names of the 6 goddesses. Bandini, Bhadrakali, Mahamaya, Yashashwini, Rama, Lamboshti. They govern the aksharams Bhabhama, Yarala. Next, we explore goddess Sakini, who resides in the Mooladhara Chakra. Verses 106 and 107 of Lalita Sahasranamam describes her as follows. मूलाधारां भुजारूढा पञ्चवक्त्रास्ति संस्थिता अंकुशादिप्रहरणा वरदादिनिषेविता मुग्धौदना सक्तचित्ता साकिन्यम्बा स्वरूपिणी. Located at the base of the spine, the Mooladhara chakra is considered the foundation of energy. It is associated with stability, security, and grounding. It is depicted as a four-petaled lotus representing the four Sanskrit aksharams Va, Sha, Sha, Sa. Sakini is described as having 5 faces, symbolizing the multifaceted nature of the primal energy associated with Mooladhara chakra. They symbolize the balance of 5 elements, the Panchabhutas, the 5 senses, the 5 vital energies, Panchapranas, and the cosmic cycle of creation, Shrishti, Sthiti, Laya, Tirodhana, and Anugraha. She is traditionally depicted as grey in color and wields the Ankusha, a goad used to guide elephants, symbolizing her ability to help devotees navigate life's challenges. In her other hands, she holds a lotus, a book, and Jnana Mudra. She is fond of food mixed with dal, like ven pongal or sambar rice. As the guardian of bones, Sakini is associated with physical strength and structure. Goddess Sakini is accompanied by 4 goddesses, beginning with Varada. These deities preside over the 4 Sanskrit aksharams associated with Mooladhara chakra. These are the names of the 4 goddesses: Varada, Shri, Shanda, Saraswati. They preside over the aksharams Va, Sha, Sha, Sa. Now we will explore the goddess Hakini, who resides in the Agnya chakra. Verses 107 and 108 of Lalita Sahasranamam describes her as follows. Agnya chakrabja nilaya shukla varna shadanana Majja samstha hamsavati mukhya shakti samanvita haridrannaika rasika hakini rupadarini. Located between the eyebrows, the Agnya chakra is considered the third eye and is associated with wisdom, intuition, and enlightenment. It is depicted as a 2-petaled lotus representing the 2 Sanskrit alphabets Ha and Ksha. Hakini is described as having 6 faces, symbolizing the 6 divine qualities associated with Agnya chakra: wisdom, intuition, perception, knowledge, understanding, and enlightenment. She is white in color and holds the damaru, drum, akshamala, the prayer beads, kapalam, the skull, and jnana mudra. She is fond of rice mixed with raw turmeric. As the guardian of bone marrow, Hakini is associated with vitality and spiritual growth. This goddess is accompanied by 2 goddesses, Hamsavati and Kshamavati, who preside over the 2 Sanskrit aksharams associated with Agnya chakra, Ha and Ksha. Finally, we come to goddess Yakini, who resides in the Sahasrara chakra. Verses 109 and 110 of Lalita Sahasranamam describes her as follows. Sahasra dalapadmasta sarvavarnopa shobhita sarvayudadara shukla samstita sarvato mukhi sarvaudana prita chitta yakinyamba swarupini. Located in the crown of the head, the Sahasrara chakra is considered the gateway to spiritual enlightenment, where the individual soul Atma merges with the universal soul Brahman and becomes liberated from the cycle of life and death. It is depicted as a 1,000-petaled lotus, symbolizing the infinite possibilities and vastness of consciousness. Yakini is described as shining in all hues, wielding all weapons, and guarding the life-producing semen. She has countless faces and enjoys all types of food. In order to understand the Sahasrara chakra, it is essential to comprehend the role of Kundalini in the process of liberation. According to Vedanta, liberation is the realization of one's true nature as Brahman. It is not merely an intellectual understanding, but an internalization of this truth. Kundalini Yoga offers a path to this realization. Kundalini is described as a potent and dormant energy coiled at the base of the spine at the Mooladhara chakra. When awakened, it can lead to profound spiritual transformation and liberation. As one progresses spiritually through practices like meditation, yoga, and chanting, Kundalini is believed to rise through the 7 chakras, activating each one in turn. As this energy ascends through the chakras, one becomes increasingly free from the bonds of Maya. When Kundalini reaches the Sahasrara chakra, which is the ultimate goal of spiritual practice, it unites with Shiva, symbolizing the individual soul's merger with the universal consciousness. This union results in the outpouring of Amrita, or nectar of immortality, representing spiritual bliss and liberation, Sat Chit Ananda. The Lalita Sahasranamam beautifully describes this journey in verses 38 to 40. मूलाधारैक निलया ब्रह्मग्रंथि विभेदिनी मणिपूरांत रुजिता विष्णुग्रंथि विभेदिनी आज्ञाचक्रांतरालस्ता रुद्रग्रंथि विभेदिनी सहस्रारां भुजारूढ़ा सुधासाराभिवर्षिणी तटिल्लता समरुचि षट्चक्रोपरि संस्थिता महाशक्ति कुंडलिनी बिसतंतु तनीयसी. Kundalini begins at the Mooladhara chakra, breaking free from the Brahma Granthi, the knot of Brahma. Rising through the Manipura chakra, Kundalini breaks free from the Vishnu Granthi, the knot of Vishnu. Ascending to Agnya chakra, Kundalini breaks free from Rudra Granthi, the knot of Rudra. Finally, Kundalini reaches the Sahasrara chakra, showering the nectar of immortality. In conclusion, the goddesses of Kundalini not only protect the body and mind, but also play a crucial role in the process of liberation. By understanding the symbolism associated with these goddesses and the Kundalini's journey through the chakras, we can deepen our connection to the divine and work towards the ultimate goal of spiritual enlightenment. This is about the 7 goddesses of Kundalini. Now I want to show you few other names that I have represented in this Golu. At the center of this Golu stands Lalita Devi. The Lalita Sahasranamam describes her as emerging from the fire of consciousness, symbolizing her as the personification of consciousness. Lalita Devi holds 4 weapons: Ragaswarupa Pashadya Krodhakarang Kushojvala Manorupekshu Kodanda Panchatanmantra Sayaka. Pasha the rope, Ankusha the goad, the bow and 5 arrows. The rope symbolizes attachment, the goad represents anger, the bow represents the mind, and the arrows represent the 5 senses. As long as we remain ignorant and sinful, these weapons bind us to the cycle of birth and death, samsara. Our mind, like a bow, shoots arrows, the senses, towards worldly desires and aversions, trapping us in a quagmire of attachments and hatred. However, when we turn our attention inward, free ourselves from ignorance, and realize our true nature as pure consciousness, these weapons lose their power. Lalita Devi, emerging from the fire of consciousness and wielding our mind as her weapon, symbolizes this transformation from bondage to liberation. Lopa Mudrarchita, she who is worshipped by Lopa Mudra. The Lalita Sahasranamam lists several notable figures who worship Lalita Devi, including Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, the goddess Saraswati, and the greatest of kings. I have represented all of them here. Among these luminaries, the text explicitly mentions Lopamudra, the wife of sage Agastya. When Agastya sought to learn the Lalita Sahasranamam from Hayagriva Swami, the latter addressed him as the husband of Lopamudra, implying that her devotion made him worthy of receiving the sacred hymn. Lopamudra's deep bhakti is so profound that her name is mentioned alongside the greatest of worshippers such as Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. To me, this underscores the power of bhakti and its ability to elevate one's spiritual status. Ichcha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti Swarupini. Lalita Devi is described as 3 Shaktis: Ichcha Shakti, Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti. Ichcha Shakti represents the power of desire, ambition and aspiration. Jnana Shakti represents the power of knowledge, understanding and wisdom. Kriya Shakti represents the power of action, will and energy. These 3 powers are essential for achieving any goal in life. One needs the desire to achieve something, Icha Shakti, the knowledge of how to achieve it, Jnana Shakti, and the will and energy to act on that knowledge, Kriya Shakti. Lalita Devi embodies all these powers, symbolizing the perfect blend of desire, wisdom, and action necessary for spiritual and worldly success. Mahapralaya Sakshini, she who is the witness of the Mahapralayam. This Kali is called Smashana Kali or Pralaya Kali. It is a frightening image with Shiva lying like a corpse on the floor. Kali is standing with one foot on his chest. She is naked, her hair is open, she has a garland of heads and wearing a skirt of severed hands around her waist. This is a symbolic representation of Pralayam, when the entire universe comes to an end. It has deep philosophical meaning. I have done a video on the symbolism of this Kali on this channel. You can watch it here. I have given a link in the description. Daksha Yajna Vinashini, she who destroyed Daksha's Yajna. There are many names in Lalita Sahasranamam which depict the undying and unbreakable love between Shiva and Shakti. Kameshwara Prananadi, Swadhina Vallabha, Sadashiva Pativrata, and many more. I have represented several of them in this Golu. This one is special. This rare idol depicts Shiva carrying the lifeless body of Sati. Shiva was originally married to Sati, the daughter of Daksha Prajapati. Daksha performed a great yajna but did not invite his daughter or son-in-law, intending to insult Shiva. Unable to tolerate this insult to her husband, Sati went to her father's yajna and immolated herself. Shiva, filled with fury, chopped off Daksha's head. He then lifted Sati's lifeless body and carried it on his shoulder, unable to let go. This poignant image symbolizes Shiva's grief and devotion to his beloved wife. Swatma Rama, the one who revels in her own bliss. Swatma Rama, a term used to describe Lalita Devi, signifies her self-sufficiency and eternal bliss. She revels in her own self, deriving joy and fulfillment from within, without dependence on external factors. This highlights the ultimate goal of spiritual practice, to realize one's own self as the source of bliss and fulfillment. These are just a few examples of the names represented in my Golu. For a complete list of names featured here, please watch my last year's video. This year I have added the Kundalini goddesses to that list. I have posted the link in the description. I hope you enjoyed this virtual tour of my Golu. Wishing you all an auspicious, spiritual and uplifting Navarathri. Om Shri Matre Namaha.